Hi, guys. How are you? I give everybody a minute to hop in here. Want to see my Twitter liked and retweeted and whatnot? Mr. Dilo. Yeah, I guess. What's up, Steve? How are you? Give everybody a second. Let everybody say hello. There's Coach. All right, see my hitting the Twitter spear there. There's Gio. Good evening. Mrs. Xander Kepka, one of my favorites. Draft for show, I'm pissed at you. Hey, buddy. That's my brother. Doesn't seem happy. I'm not, Coach. I'm not, I'm not happy with you either. We're going to talk about it. Because I put a lot of you guys all in the same fucking bucket. That's why. We're going to talk about it. All right, everyone's here. There's Charlie. All right, we can start now. How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing all right. I'm still on the fence with how I'm doing. All right. Sorry, Dick Vickers. What's up, Kyle Dotson? Shut up, Steve. Just shut up. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna go about doing this. I've been thinking about it for 3 days. We'll just see what happens. All right. We'll just see what happens. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for watching. Send out a couple of retweets or likes or whatever. YouTube, I think you hit the like button. I don't know. But I appreciate everybody being here. All right. So let's get started. All right. Let's get started. Shout outs. All right, I gotta give a shout out to my dad, Big Jack the Bear. Now, normally I don't give shout outs to people that ask for one, but I gotta give credit where credit is due. Because good old Pops wanted to get in the Masters pool this year, and you got to pick 8 guys, which is a little complicated. I'm lucky I get them to do the one and done. We get to 8. It's a little too much. So I wasn't sure if he was going to do it or not, and he decided to do it. So, all right, Pops, get in the Masters pool. You got to pick 8 guys, though. He ran a couple of names by me. Now, I don't know if I should say this or not. It's funny because it's my dad, and I know it's my dad, and I know it's harmless. But if I put it out there, it may not come across as harmless, which is pretty on brand for Nagel comments. Because you guys know how much I love Colin Morikawa. And when my dad was trying to figure out who he was going to take for one and done, he was like, the Japanese guy, and it's Colin Morikawa. He's like, no, Matsuyama. So he was having some confusion between Matsuyama and Morikawa. I did mention to him that I did like them both. But, maybe put a little respect on some of these guys' names. But, he's my dad. Anyway, so he put in the 8 names, and apparently he took both Morikawa and Matsuyama. I still don't know if he knows the difference between the two of them. But whatever, because I had to go back and it was one and done. Who did he take and whatever. All right, I'm droning on with this. Shout out. So my dad puts in a lineup for the Masters pool. I got to pick 8 guys. And he's got Harris English on there. He's got Max Homa. Now, there's no salary cap. Oh, my screen went blank. Sorry about that. You want to be a little differential. But Harris English, Max Homa in the Masters? I audibly laughed. Like, Dad, what are you doing? Just take your $20 and flush it down the freaking toilet. Well, wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it? Everybody missed the cut. DJ, Cantlay, everybody. Rory, everyone was gone. Out to sea. Big Jack sitting there with Max Homa. Homa missed the cut. So he got penalized for that. But he got 7 out of 8 through. And he had a good 7. And he ended up finishing second in the Masters pool. Pulled in $1,000. Pretty good week for Pops. And I laughed at him. Nobody knows anything. Lesson to be learned here. So shout out to Big Jack Nagel. Congratulations. Jack the Bear. Jam Promotions right here. Unofficial sponsor of the Periscope or show. If you guys have your own business and you have you need some stuff with your name on it, your company's name or whatever you want to give to your clients, it could be anything. I mean anything. A golf ball, a magnet, a pen, a shirt, a hat, anything. Hit me up. Put you in touch with Big Jack. He'll get you all set up. That's what he does. He's been in business like 40 years. 43. No. 42? I don't remember. It's a lot. It's a notable businessman. And if you like me, you'll love him. So let me know if you need something. Jack's got you. All right. So no show and tell. It's been like a month. I can buy my own shit. It's fine. But it's been a month. Show and tell might be going by the wayside. And no announcements. Got no announcements. All right. We'll do the Listener League. How's everybody doing? All right? Tell why you didn't win. I'll get to that. Jack is very happy with a second place finish. All right, he's not greedy like you, Steve. He doesn't have to win everything. Guy cleared $1,000. He's happy. I'm only going to be able to put off the Xander thoughts for so long. I don't want to turn the show into that, but I'm telling you, I'm really struggling right now. I really want to yell and scream. All right. If I missed your comments, I apologize. I was talking about my dad. All right, Listener League. All right, the winner of the Listener League, which, got to be honest, kind of annoyed me a little bit because this guy tweeted me on Thursday about his great lineup. You guys know how I feel about that. And he actually, ended up winning, which is kind of bullshit. You shouldn't be. I told him I should be able to, disqualify him. I shouldn't have to send him a ball because he broke the number one rule. But he did win. He had 491 points. He won by 21.5. He had Hideki in first, Zalatoris in second, Rose in seventh, Webb in 12th, JT in 21st, and Adam Scott in 54th. That is a pretty sick lineup. Because JT finished at 21st. It was his 5th worst guy. Can you imagine if JT didn't fall apart on Saturday? That's a pretty good lineup. Congratulations to Scott. Oh, did I say his name? Scott VL71. You got 40 points. His first notable top 10. He's got a victory. I tweeted out the standings before, updated standings. So good job by him. Congratulations. Don't freaking tweet me on Thursday. I don't care. I don't care either on Friday or Saturday. And then Sunday comes, you guys win, and then nobody reaches out and say, hey, I won. I have to hunt you down. Figure that out. All right. Second place. Notable top 10s. Notable top 10s. Everybody's favorite segment. Second place. RE-WCB. No idea what it means. Reswib. Finishes second. 25 points. I don't know him. All right. This doesn't have to start a thing. You guys are a bunch of freaking troublemakers. My boy, B Gup 78. Our old friend Gup. He also tweeted me or sent me a text on Saturday before the final round, saying one time. I think he was in third at the time, maybe second. Try to get up there. I didn't see his lineup. I don't know who he had. But hey, notable top 10 for Gup. Third place and 20 points. Congratulations. Big Cat 11. Our friend Keegan. Another notable top 10. That is a win and 2 notable top 10s, I think, in the last month. On a heater. Good old Keegan. She won Bay Hill. Was that a month ago? About. Fourth place, 15 points. Doing her thing. Congratulations. Gio, Music Boy. Rare notable top 10. For Gio, he tied for 5th. He didn't even get a full 5th. He tied for 5th. So you only get 10.5 points. You get something. M. Carter, 628. He won the match play. Tied for 5th. 10.5 points. Congratulations. CJ, another notable top 10. CJ finished in 7th, got 7 points. He won the Sanderson back in the fall. If that counts, it counts. So congratulations to CJ. Comedy Mogul, who I don't know, and probably isn't that funny, finished in 8th place, 5 points. Schwab, 72. I know him. 9th place, 3 points. And FTR Presentation rounds it out. In 10th place, you got a point. Congratulations. Notable top 10s. Good job by them. All right. My lineup. I did okay. Could have been a lot better. 5 out of 6. I know you're surprised. Try to, 5 out of 6. It's a shock. It's amazing and a shock, nonetheless. The second, okay, I get 5 out of 6 every week, right? Basically, it would seem. More often than not, it's 5 out of 6. If I catered my lineups for a contest where getting a 5 out of 6 was good, that's when I'd start getting 2 out of 6s. That's the way it works. If I bet horses to win, they'll come in second. If I start to get cute, you know what? I'll just bet them the place. They'll come in third. I'll just bet them the show, and they'll come in fourth. That's just the way it goes. So 5 out of 6, I'm used to it. Matt Kuchar missed the cut. I was imploring everybody on Twitter that if you had the chance, you could go back and you could watch all these shots and all these tournaments and see what happened on every hole, which is fabulous. If you watch Matt Kuchar on the third hole on, was it Friday? No, I think it was Thursday. It might have been the first day. He made a 5, but he hit the hole 3 different times. He had a putt for birdie, hit the pin, rolled past. Had a putt for par, was going in the hole, hit something like right before the hole, like a bug or a leaf, and it fucking hopped, and he missed. He tapped in for 5. And he missed the cut by a shot. Something happened on that third hole. don't know what it was, but that was my 5. There I am. Hi. Justin Thomas falling apart, kind of hurt. Morikawa hung in there, T18. JT finished T21. Shot us unproductive 73 on Sunday. Joaquin Niemann, T40. Unproductive 76 on Sunday. Jason Kokrak, 49th. I mean, you can't even say unproductive. A disastrous. Just killing me. 77 on Sunday. So, going into Sunday, I was sitting pretty. I was winning a couple $100. Things were going well. I was up there. I had Hideki in the lead. Just needed a couple notable top 10s, maybe a top 20. Just working way up the leaderboard. These guys want to freaking backwards. 76, 77, brutal. So I didn't really do well on DraftKings. I did have the outright on Hideki. So that was nice. I finished 21st in the Listener League. Finished 29th in the Junkies League. Right now I'm sitting in 8th. Carbon Cup, 31st. Right now sitting in 38th. One and done. Mayo, 202. And Josh is one and done. I'm 70th. One and done didn't really hurt this week. Morikawa finished T18. But nobody had Hideki in the one and done. That was notable. A couple of people had Xander. But nobody racked up huge. No one cashed a big check like JT at the Players, where you're like, oh, well, I'm screwed. I lost $2 million to the field. So I didn't drop too far in the one and done. Well, we're in the mix. It's April. Just chip away. Chip away. Did you guys play the Masters fantasy game that they had on the app? Masters Fantasy? You pick 4 players? Dude, I finished in the top 1% of 150,000 people. Which I guess really isn't that. I don't know where. It just says top 1%, which is pretty good. I had the top 3 guys. Zalatoris finished in 2nd. I had Spieth, who finished in 3rd as top past champion. I had Hideki, top international. He won. And dude, if I just played Xander instead of JT, I might have won like the Masters prize pack. Masters champion, Jeff Nagel. But 3 out of the top 4, that's not bad. And playing Xander instead of JT at the Masters in that contest, I don't know what's happening. All right, I'm distracted. Hold on. Do I want to do this? You guys all watch the Masters. I mean, I don't really have to recap, like who finished where, who missed the cut. How good was that Hideki pick, though? Come on. Give me a little credit for that. Just a little. You got your 23% Daniel Berger. Does it give me a 9% Hideki? How'd that work out? You know, the good calls are so few and far between. When you finally get one, got to enjoy it. You got to enjoy it. Now, did I get to enjoy it on Sunday? No. I had a miserable Sunday. Miserable. And I got a whole bunch of people reminding me about it. And I appreciate that. How bad it was. Did I not tell you Ron was going to have a bullshit backdoor top 10? Did I not tell you that? Got that one right, too. You know, in hindsight, and I thought about this the other day. You know, JT was pretty Nancy in accounting. I had this whole thing about not changing my picks, and he was the guy and everything else. Now, of course, if he won, then I probably wouldn't be saying this. But obviously he didn't win. And Xander would have been a much better play than JT. And if I just kind of gone with, you know what, it's the Masters, you play your guys, I'll play in Hideki, I'm going to play Xander. I had already bet Xander, so I already kind of broke my own promise. That would have been sweet if I had Hideki and Xander, and then, well, it doesn't matter. Spieth was 28% owned, and he was great. I say he finished 7th. He finished 3rd. Kind of got that right, too. Is there anything else I want to mention? You know, I liked Leishman. I did a podcast with my friend Steve and Boston Capper on Monday, and I was when we were talking about that range, the $6,000 range. Said I kind of like Leishman, but again, I don't have any fucking balls. I don't have the balls to put Leishman in my lineup because I'm hung up on Jason Kokrak for some reason and Matt Kuchar. You know, and we knew it was going to play hard. It was going to be a hard course. Kuchar was the only guy on my roster that didn't fit the narrative that I was spitting last week. I was talking about a hard golf course and copping it to that BMW where Hideki finished 3rd and played in the final group. And Kokrak was there, and Neiman was there, and Ben Grass, and all that shit. And I only played Kuchar because, I don't know, a lot of what ifs this past week. I liked Leishman. I like Zalatoris too. I said that on Stephen Capper's podcast. So I like that Zalatoris pick. That's not terrible. So I really could have had a good week. I did have a good week. It could have been epic. But we continue to chase. We battle and search for that elusive W. Does that sound fucking familiar or what? All right. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Do you want me to talk about the Masters now? Or you want me to just do my heritage stuff and then we'll do the Masters stuff at the end? I'll leave it up to you. I have some thoughts. Heritage, please. All right, good. We'll do the Heritage. Steve, you got outvoted. Eddie, Xander's he's playing with Cantley in this freaking Zurich next week. I almost don't want him to win that. Is that weird? I don't want him to win. Xander, don't win the fucking Heritage. It doesn't count. It doesn't count. I don't want to hear it. It's like my worst nightmare. It is my show. We're going to do the Heritage. All right. So, okay, well, they kind of go hand in hand here. I didn't say Heritage. The Zurich, the team event next week with Cantley. They're playing together. All right. I've had a bit of a mixed reviews at this event. I don't know why. I think last year I had mixed reviews at this event because it played different. They played it in June as opposed to April. Last year I was terrible. I only had like 2 or 6. It was the second event back. Xander just blew Colonial. I had Sergio, who finished at T5. That was good. I was all in on Rory last year at Heritage, and then I found out that he hates that golf course like a week after. Would have been nice to know beforehand. He finished like 41st. I had Ricky, Louie, Benyon, RCB. They all missed the cut. But in 2019, I got a 6-6 through. But a really shitty 6-6. I had Kevin Na. He finished 10th. I remember that being a good pick. But the rest of my guys, 63rd, 54th, 45th, 48th, 33. Not good. But because I had 6-6, I finished like 27th that week in the Cup. One and done picks, 2018, Terrell Hatton, miscut. Thank you very much. 2019, Kevin Na, T10, Graham McDowell, T48. Steve, I got someone for you. Definitely. You're calling in. You're calling in. So, one thing I'm not paying too much attention to. Okay. Let me start over. There's too much going on up here. Too much. And my apologies. Because of what happened on Sunday, it really took me a little bit to focus and get back into the swing of things. I was off last week. I had to go back to work. That always sucks. I was just dealing with a lot. And, I did a lot of talk about a Masters hangover and all that shit. I don't know how your enthusiasm is affected because of last week was the Masters. I have no idea. I just took a big kick in the nuts, and I needed a day or two to recover. So in my process this week, it's been a little bit different. We're always adjusting. I'm not going to go as far as to say I don't care, because I care. And I think I have a decent lineup, and I'm ready to go, and let's fucking go, and the whole bit. I'm in. Just saying, it was a little less intense in my preparation this week. Let's put it that way. I thought I had a good angle. I don't know if this was Monday or maybe it was Tuesday morning. I thought I had a good angle going in that, last June is going to play different than April. And then kind of like how the November Masters and the April Masters are going to play different. So if you watch last week's show, you know what I'm talking about. Like fade. I'm not playing Sanjay in because he finished second in November and he shot, plus 11? Different conditions. Different things can happen. Different golf course. So I don't know how savvy people are going to beat it at. So I thought I had a good angle. But then I checked the weather report and it looks like it's going to be fucking raining all the time. And it's not going to be as windy as you may like. And it might be pretty soft, which make it play like it played in June. So there goes my angle. So now I'm getting mixed weather reports. And I'm not exactly sure how it's gonna play out. I thought for sure the winning score might be around 10, 11, 12 under, as opposed to 22 that it was last year. But now I'm thinking it might be 16, 17. I don't know. Nobody knows anything. So my strategy is if you look, I looked at the field and I'm going through, and there's got to be 50 or 60 ball striking bastards. Those guys that you look at and oh, this is a guy to be good at the Heritage. And now we're at the Heritage, and every single one of them is here. It's 60 of them. They all should be 7,300. It should just be a fucking sweepstakes. So you have a lot of flexibility because they're everywhere. They're cockroaches. So I'm looking for a low-owned ball-striking bastard. You got your Pete Dye, whatever. There used to be a comp to the Wyndham. But I have a little bit of a problem with that because here's your agronomy report for the week. The greens are overseeded. They're not pure Bermuda. There's some POA in there. POA, bitches. So when I think of a shorter golf course with small greens with some POA in the greens, what does that sound like? That doesn't sound like Wyndham. That sounds like Pebble. California. So kind of leaning, kind of looking there. See what's going on. I could be wrong. I could be dead wrong. This could be a complete and utter waste of your time. But if I'm right, Lenny, you've won the hearts of millions of registered voters. All right. So I have an announcement. Forgot to mention this earlier. I'm going to try to make this smooth, but I'm probably going to fail miserably. I don't know if you guys familiar with Tim Frank, fantasy golf man. He used to put out a spreadsheet where you get your current form, you get your horse history. It was there for you every Monday. I used to retweet it all the time. Very valuable asset. And for some reason, Tim Frank decided to screw the entire fantasy golf community, and he stopped doing it. Tim Frank's a nice guy. He's very good to me, but that kind of sucked. So I had to go somewhere else. And if you listen to Wiley's show, you know about Green Square Golf. So I am now using Green Square Golf as for my sheets. You could go there and you can get a membership. It's not expensive. And I have my sheet now. So if you're looking for a sheet, Green Square Golf. It's greensquare.golf. Or just follow them on Twitter at Green Square Golf. You'll find it. It's not that hard to find. All right? So I use that. And for my ownership, I use FanShare. All right? So a couple plugs. Greensquare.golf and for my sheet, and FanShare for my ownership projections. Oh, Keegan, if you're watching, a couple of weeks ago, you asked a question. You said, these ownership projections, like what are they? Are they for like a specific contest? Yes and no. It's kind of a broad, talk to FanShare, kind of a broad overview of like the main, I hate to say this, Nancy and accounting contest for the week, like the $5 or the $15 drive the green for 200 grand the first, like whatever that main low price popular contest is. I say low price, $15 isn't low price per se, but you'll know what the main contest is for the week that they're offering. It's kind of like for that. And you can use that for who's high owned, who's low owned. Might not be specific numbers, but who's low, who's medium, who's high, gives you an idea. So that's that. All right, so the Heritage. Freaking hot. I need a drink. What time is it? Yeah, we're good. Half hour. We're good. So I texted my brother yesterday. I told him, I'm having a really hard time finding guys, which he found interesting, which I guess means he didn't have a hard time at all, which may mean that there's like some obvious plays out there that I'm avoiding. I don't know. We didn't really get into it. I just needed the focus. Again, had a real hard time getting the engine started this week. But DJ's 11.6, all the way down to Berger at 10,000. Where do I start? I'll start at the bottom. You guys know how I feel about Daniel Berger's girlfriend. I know he had a high finish here last year, but that was in June. However, he did just win Pebble Beach. Hurts my comp course argument. That I understand. That's the only problem. Oh, and like a schmuck. You know what? If you give me a second, I will bring this up now because I do not have it. I did not write it down because I am off my game, as you could tell. Let me just get this in order. As far as ownership is concerned, college. As far as ownership is concerned, Webb Simpson's the most popular guy. It goes Webb, Morikawa, then Berger. So if you want to play Berger as like a sneaky, like third man in, the third man in is a good starting point for me. You're not playing Nancy in the Accountings pick. You're not taking Nancy in the Accounting pick's backup. You're going third. Nancy would never play the third person. So 17% ownership on Berger is not terrible. I'll give you that. If that's going to be your top guy. Maybe you want to try to squeeze in 2 up here. Go for it. I don't care. All right, I'm playing Patrick Cantlay. Why? Because I think Patrick Cantlay is better than all these guys. Maybe not Morikawa, but if you've been watching the show, I've had this cockamamie theory about Kyle Morikawa, and it still has not been proven to be wrong just yet. Can it come back to haunt me in a blaze of glory? Yes. Was I all in on Kyle Morikawa last week and it didn't work? Yes. Do I have a knack for being a week early? Of course. I love Kyle Morikawa. I'll play Patrick Cantlay. Patrick Cantlay is coming in. It's like 15% owned. You guys want to play Berger? You want to play Webb? You want to play Morikawa? Fine. I'll take Patrick Cantlay, who finished what? Third at Pebble? Second at Pebble? Is that a nice California guy? Little Poa Green ain't going to bother him. He was third at Pebble. He was second at the American Express. His last 3 RBC Heritages. Third, 7th, third. Does he like the golf course? Yeah, he does. 16% owned. He was okay at the match play. I have a theory about the match play. I think that he bagged his last match on Friday because he didn't want to play 36 holes on Saturday. Wanted to get some reps in. Didn't want to wear himself out. Get ready for Augusta. He proved his point. I think he kicked Hideki's ass at the match play. I don't have any inclination to believe that Patrick Cantlay is finished and that he sucks and that he's overpriced. No, he's Patrick Cantlay and he's like under-owned and underappreciated. And this is a great spot for him. I think he can win. I went back and going back on the Masters app and watching some of these old shots. On Thursday, he hit the ball fine. The par 3s did him in. He put it in the drink on 12 and he put it in the drink on 16. Made a couple of doubles. He was 7 over. But on Friday, back 9, he had 3 birdies in his last 6 holes. Came home pretty nice. He was +9 and got it down to +6 or +10 and got it down to +7, whatever it was. But he's fine. And maybe, Cantlay's a competitor. He's probably a little pissed off that he missed the cut at the Masters. His plan to not compete in match play maybe backfired on him. And now he's going to come to Heritage. He's going to play well. So I'm taking Patrick Cantlay. It's not pure Bermuda green, so I'm not playing Webb. Who else is there? Who else is up there? DJ? Oh, fuck. Charlie took Cantlay? Oh, it doesn't matter. I don't think he's going to win. I don't think he's going to miss the cut. But Charlie, that's not terrible. I don't even have the idea of DJ sneaky under the radar. He's a Carolina guy on my radar. Go for it. You want to take a chance? I have no balls. You want to take a chance on DJ? Go ahead. Good luck. Morikawa, Pete Dye course. We'll see. Still TBD. It makes there's no logical sense or logical reasoning why that would make sense. Because if you describe all the characteristics of a Pete Dye golf course, Kyle Morikawa, yeah, that's it. But to this point, he has not. I've yet to play well on a Pete Dye golf course. So we're running with it. We'll see if it works. Cam Smith. Let me tell you something about Cam Smith. All right. I don't think there's any chance Cam Smith takes this event seriously. I don't. Cam Smith's one of those professional golfers, I think, that hates golf. He just happens to be good at it. It's his job. He makes a living. Yeah, he might try his best at the Masters, But like, this is like, yeah, we're chilling out in Hilton Head. Who gives a shit? Wake me up for the PGA. He's vibing, Cam Smith, and his stupid haircut. Zalatoris. I have a bit of a theory on Will Zalatoris, who has been absolutely excellent all year in every PGA start. The only time he did not have a great week was the week I played him and one and done at Pebble Beach. But other than that, I mean, the guy is a machine. 2 years ago, when Xander finished second at the Masters in 2019 when Tiger won, he went to the Heritage the week after and was terrible. There is a letdown factor here that I'm concerned about. Now, Zalatoris wasn't really like contending. There was never a time on Sunday where I thought, oh, Zalatoris might win this thing. So it wasn't really like in the heat of the battle. So I don't know if the letdown factor might even apply here. He's a great iron player. He's a great play. Go for it. Good luck. Good luck. I don't have my ownership projections up. I'm really sorry. That's a bad job by me. I'm well aware. I'm accountable. I made a mistake. My apologies. People love Corey Connors. I get it. Yes, great iron player. Makes sense. Matthew Fitzpatrick, 19% owned. This is his favorite golf course, right? You're getting Sung Jae at 6%, by the way, if you're interested. See, that's what I understand. Sung Jae in won Honda. He can't win at Heritage? Especially if it rains, it's a little bit softer. That's a great bounce back spot for Sanjay. Got to be honest with you. I went with Paul Casey. Now, for the last 2 weeks, I've been shitting all over Paul Casey. I've been telling you that when he was 30-something% owned at the match play, that was a mistake. And what, he finished 26th? 28th? And when he was 30% owned last week at the Masters, I said, that's a mistake. When he went off on the last group on Saturday, ended up finishing T26, had a late flurry on Sunday. So that's a respectable T26. But I think if you were if you had 30% Paul Casey, that's not the result that you were looking for. In my opinion. I could be wrong. You might be very happy with a T26. It was certainly better than Matt Kuchar's miscut. But Paul Casey coming in at 13% owned, that's more my wheelhouse. If you're going to play Corey Connors at 20 and Casey at 13, that's what I'm talking about. If it was flipped, it might be the other way around. Maybe not. Because 13% owned on Corey Connors still might be too high. Paul Casey is a Pebble Beach monster. Okay? He finished fifth there this year. He lost that playoff to Phil Mickelson in the dark. Remember that? He's great at the Travelers, a Pete Dye track with a little POA. He lost to Bubba that 1 year. He's great at the Travelers. And both my new best friend Stevie Manford and Ben Coley, two notable Euro writers who know their shit, both said that this is a comp course to the Valspar. That the pros have said that. The only difference is that Valspar is lower. The greens are elevated, but I don't even know what that means. I don't care. That's not the point. You know what the fucking point is? The point is that Paul Casey won Valspar twice. And both Stephen Banford, my new best friend, and Ben Coley, neither one of them picked Paul Casey. After they said it's a comp to the Valspar. That I don't understand. Does Paul Casey suck now because he's had two middling finishes the last 2 weeks at 30% owned? You know what? That's not Paul Casey's fault. That's your fault because you should have never played him when he was 30% owned. Now he's 13. And he's one of the best players in the field. He's a ball striking bastard. And it's time. Paul Casey is my one and done pick. Paul Casey has gotten the big backing of the Hideki money behind him. And we're going for 3 in a row. And we're going with Paul Casey. Steve Sierra. That's your guy. Bet Paul Casey. It's about 26-1. That's worth $40, man. Go for it. All right. Paul Casey. Honestly, look at that. Zalatoris, Hatton, Connors, Casey, Fitzpatrick, Im. If all those guys were the same price last week, everybody loved Paul Casey. Now, I don't understand. I don't understand the waves of everybody just jumps off the cliff and so impatient and just don't understand how it works. That's how it works. Don't play the flavor of the week. Paul Casey is not the flavor of the week. He's on sale. He's on sale. Grab yourself some Paul Casey. All right. $8,000 range. Tuesday morning. I got to work. a little bit early. I'm sitting in my car. I'm like, you know what? Let me take a look at the spreadsheet. It's already Tuesday. I haven't even looked at it yet. Go to greensquare.golf. I log in. I get my spreadsheet, take a look at it, and I kind of start doing my thing. I just kind of seeing and thinking and maybe getting some ideas. And I'm looking at I'm looking down a $9,000 range because I didn't really love anybody up top. Got to be honest with you. I wasn't on Paul Casey just yet. I wasn't sure if he was going to be 30% owned again or not, and he's not. So I'm in. And I'm looking around, and I'm like, you know who people hate now? People hate Tommy Fleetwood. He finished 25th here. I'm looking at Tommy Fleetwood. Man, he's a ball striking bastard. It might get windy. If it's a low-scoring event, 10-11 under, yeah, Tommy Fleetwood. That makes sense. And people hate him now. And everything was good. I talked to my brother. I said, I'm betting Tommy this week. It's the only bet I've made so far. He's like, oh, I'm joining you on that. I'm hot. Why not? Hop on board. And then he got the kiss of death, Tommy Fleetwood. I said, all right, fuck that. We're not playing Tommy Fleetwood anymore. So I have a bet on Tommy Fleetwood that I can't cancel. It's there. If he wins, I'm not even taking credit for it. He's got the kiss of death. So we're out on Tommy Fleetwood. It still might be a really good play, though. Like Tommy Fleetwood or Brian Harmon. Tommy Fleetwood or I don't even know who's popular down there. Kevin Na or Harris English or Abe Answer. Abe Answer. That's the guy. Again, last year's result may not matter. Abe Answer's coming in at 20% owned. Tommy Fleetwood's coming in at 7%. It's triple the ownership. I mean, you can't tell me there's that big of a difference between Abe Answer and Tommy Fleetwood. In fact, one could argue that's insulting to suggest that Abe Answer is better than Tommy Fleetwood. I mean, it's right there. Is it only obvious just to me? Well, funny story about Brian Harmon. Want to shout out my dad? I was talking about it. I texted my brother on Tuesday. I said, Brian Harmon is such a square play this week. Like, you can just tell. He's the flavor of the week. Everyone's going to go to him. He's good at the Masters. It's a ball striker's course. Like, it's just, the articles write themselves. You can see it. You can hear it. I said, I bet you that's what Dad's going to take in the one and done. I can tell Rob Bolton's going to give Brian Harmon like a good rating. It's going to be right in my dad's wheelhouse, like that 3rd, 4th, 5th guy in the power rankings. And, yeah, got the text today. Brian Harmon. So I screenshot it and sent to my brother. That's true. It's so obvious. So obvious. So maybe that's why I've been getting like better at this. Because everybody sucks. Because golf is hard. Right? Right. I thought about Kevin. You got Matt Kuchar. Do I go back to Matt Kuchar? The thing about Kuchar, I'm complaining about the bug or the leaf or whatever that ball hit on the way to the hole to save par. He changed his putting grip, apparently. I don't want to hear that. He's doing a new putting style. He finally got his swing fixed. He's making birdies, and now he's switching his putting style. It's freaking bullshit, Matt. Don't change anything, ever. Rules to live by. New comments. All right. I think I've had enough talking about the $8,000 range. I don't know who you guys like there, but I certainly do not like Abe Answer. Abe Answer sucks. Abe Answer's never done anything. Like, what are we talking about? Why do we like Abe Answer so much? Well, I didn't play anybody in the 8s. I went down to the 7s. You got Siwoo down there. You got Russell Henley down there. Now, the ownership here is a little disturbing. I'm not going to lie. I like Charlie Hoffman. I played Charlie Hoffman here last year, I think, and he missed the cut, or 2 years ago, and he finished like 40th. Whatever. One of the things I did, and I didn't mention this with Cantlay or Casey, is that I just looked at the strokes gained approach for the season. Cantlay's 48th. Paul Casey's 17th. It's sitting right there in 16th in strokes gained approach is Charlie Hoffman. And he got off to a bad start this year. And right now he's 16th strokes gained approach. He's hitting the shit out of the ball. His last 6 starts, a 7th, 52, a 10th, a 17th, a 34th, and a 2nd. Now, no miscuts in there. You may have heard me say this before. I'm going to say it again. Nobody can quite end a made cut streak quite like me. All right? I'm aware of that. But we're going to put it to the test. I wanted I say I want low-owned ball strikers, and I'm picking one of the highest-owned guys. It's like 18% owned. He's got 2 career top 10s at the RBC. That 7th place finish at Pebble Beach earlier this year, I really like. I looked at the Travelers a little bit. Pete Dye, Polo course. He's got a 2nd and a 3rd at the Travelers. He's hitting the ball so well. Iron play was so important at that Texas Open. Why can't Charlie Hoffman play well this week? I don't think he's going to win. I'm not picking him to win. But he should be in the lineup. He is in the lineup. So I'm playing Charlie Hoffman. Just another San Diego guy. You know who's 4th in strokes gained approach? You know who's coming in at like 6% ownership? Who's a low-owned ball striking bastard? He's 4th on tour this year in strokes gained approach. Matt Wallace. Matt Wallace in the lineup. 3rd at the Texas Open, right behind Charlie Hoffman. Did a good iron play. He's striking the shit out of his irons, right? He was 28th at the match play. That's all right. 34th at the Masters. Okay, respectable. I don't know if this means anything. He's ranked 50th in the world. And you want to like kind of stay in that top 50? That's like a good sweet spot. And the Masters was last week. And maybe I'm not saying that that's a motivation. But top 50 is always good. Top 50 players get perks. If you're worried about Poa greens with Matt Wallace, first of all, it's Euro. Shit don't bother him. Wind, rain, Poa, don't matter. The U.S. Open at Pebble Beach, he was 12th. Counts for something. At the PGA, Bethpage Black, I was there. I was following him because he was playing with Xander. T3. Polo Greens. I like Matt Wallace a lot. I don't think he's going to win. A couple shekels on him. I think he's like 80-1. But he's kind of like my squeamish pick of the week. 6% owned. Sneaky. I like it. Because I sure as shit ain't going to play. I can't believe I didn't write this down. I am so sorry. I apologize. I don't want that. All right, in the 7s. Like Charlie Oppen is the highest one. Chris Kirk, 16%. All right, I get it. I've been down the Chris Kirk road one too many times already this year. Just going to let him be. See how that works out. Remember when everybody loved Sam Burns? Less than 2%. Remember when everybody loved Cam Davis? Less than 4%. It's ridiculous. These are good players. And we're playing Charlie Hoffman and Russell Henley and Siwoo Kim and Chris Kirk. Where you get these other guys at much cheaper. When I started making the Travelers comp, couldn't help but think of Kevin Streelman. No, F that. All right? Once I start pooping on these guys, I'm going to start playing them. Except Paul Casey, because he's a real player. You know who I like? It's a little too high owned for my liking. But again, these are my picks. One thing I did this week, because I didn't want to listen to 14 podcasts tell me how much Xander sucks, was listen to any of my friends' podcasts. So I apologize to Joe and to Chad and to Joe and to Kenny Kim and to Jeff Feinberg and Wiley, who didn't do a show, but I didn't listen anyway. I apologize. I didn't listen to any of you. I did hear Steve and Capper. I did hear your Sunday show, but I didn't hear any of your new shows. I just couldn't deal with it. I'm very emotional. I'm very fragile. So I don't know. I don't really know who everybody's talking about, who everybody's taking. I'm just kind of basing Nancy's picks based on the ownership projections. Emiliano Grillo is 11% owned, but he's also a great iron player. 40th in strokes gained approach this year. His last 3 heritages, 16th, 33rd miscut. His last 4 starts, 11, 21st, miscut, 6th. The miscut was at the Players. Everybody missed the cut at the Players. But a 6th and 11th and a 21st, I'll take any one of those. One thing I know about Emiliano Grillo, he loves those coastal seaside tracks. Hey, Punta Cana, Mayakoba, Bermuda, the Bahamas, like whatever. You name it. That's where he plays well. If you're worried about Poa Greens, Emiliano's only win on the PGA Tour was in California at the Safeway. It's like Poa adjacent. And he finished second at the Northern Trust. It might have been the Barclays at the time. At Bethpage Black, the year Patrick Reed won. Yeah, I mean, you might get a lot of information from a lot of other shows, but where are you getting second place agronomy relevant finishes from Emiliano Grillo? Nowhere. Just here. You know what? I'm proud of that. Emiliano Grillo, second at Bethpage Black. Bentgrass greens. He's a terrible Poa Greens. He's a terrible putter. Ball striking bastard. If it's wet, if it's seaside, wind, it's not going to bother him. He's 11% owned, which isn't 19, which is good. 7,300, Emiliano Grillo. I like it. So Grillo, Wallace, down there. It's been a good couple of weeks for my guys. Kind of. Hideki won the Masters. In case you didn't hear. And where was I going with this? I totally lost my train of thought. I know what I was going to say. I kind of played Hideki like in lieu of Xander. I think I even said that on the show last week. Like, I'm not playing Xander. I'm going to play Hideki. Got to play my guy. Got to have like my guy. I love Hideki. I've always loved Hideki. Guy doesn't say a word, and he just hits the shit out of the ball. And I love that. That's my favorite skill in golf. Somebody, good iron player. Nothing impresses me more than that. So there's something to be said about not abandoning your guys. And I scrolled the list of strokes gained approach. Sitting at 31st is my boy Harry Hicks, who's coming in at 2% owned. 31st is strokes gained approach. Now, we played Harry Higgs at Texas. But you know what? Harry Higgs is a Texas guy. You may not have heard that week. Harry Higgs has been known to let loose a little bit. He had just recorded a T29 and a T19. Maybe he cashed a couple of checks. He had gotten off to a rotten start. He hadn't made a cut yet. Finally got a little money in the account. He's back in Texas. You know what? That's on me. I should have seen that miscut coming. But now, okay, we got that out of our system. We're in good form. Let's get back to work. We kind of lost our way a little bit. It's excusable. It's excusable. I'll allow it, Harry Higgs. He was 18th at Pebble Beach. Not this past year. The year before. Again, he got off to a really bad start this year. But he's capable. He was in good form, and he finished in 18th last year. He's got a second at the Safeway. Again, that's the course Emiliano Grillo won at. California, POA adjacent. He's got a second at Bermuda, which last time I checked was a coastal course. This is like a gut play. This is like me trying to outsmart myself type of play. It really is. Might be grasping at straws. I got ball striking bastards all over the place. Like, all my guys are playing. Everybody's playing. Everybody. It's unbelievable. You got Russell Knox. You got Lucas Glover. You got Rory Sabatini. You got Dylan Fratelli, who I've been screaming for weeks. Dylan Fratelli on a Pete Dye track. Am I playing him now? No. Why would I? You got Alexander Noren if it gets windy. You got Doug Gim. You got Matthew Neesmith. You got Benny On. Brant Snedeker. I mean, they're all here. Henrik Norlander. Matt McNeely. Nick Taylor. Big Dick Nick Taylor. Shez Reavy. Jim Furyk. They're all here. And what do? I'm taking my guy. Playing Harry Higgs. So Cantlay, Casey, Charlie Hoffman, Matt Wallace, Emiliano Grillo, and Harry Higgs. A little eclectic. I'll admit it. Listen, took a big kick in the nuts last week. Even though I won, big kick in the nuts. So I'm just going to let it ride with my guys and see what happens. I don't know what the weather's going to do. I don't know what the winning score is going to be. I don't know who's motivated and who's not. Just kind of going on feel. And we'll see what happens. Because ultimately, nobody knows anything. And I don't know if you saw the tweet yesterday. Watch out for Bryce Garnett. Yeah, watch out for Bryce Garnett. And I'm stunned Sam Ryder isn't here. Who's Sam Ryder's manager? Sam Ryder has, 3 or 4 career top 20s, and they're all on coastal tracks. And now they're playing an event at a coastal track, and he's nowhere to be found. That's poor management. You should be here, Sam Ryder. Bryce Garnett, though, same deal. A lot of Mayakoba finishes, a lot of, what was the other one? Punta Cana, a lot of that. So watch out for Matthew Neesmith. It could be wrong. Everybody's wrong. Nobody knows anything. So I got some bets on some of these guys. Taking Casey as my one and done. My dad's taking Brian Harman. No idea who my brother's taking. I don't know who you're taking. But, you know what? The Heritage. This is ranked 25th out of 32 tournaments. So if you're going to concentrate around the 25th ranked player in the world that's in this field, look, Tommy Fleet was just sitting there at 24. I thought that was going to be the guy, but he got mushed to shit. I'm not playing Tommy Fleetwood. Cam Smith's 26th in the world. Lee Westwood's 23rd. Abe Answer's 32nd. You guys all probably used Abe Answer because he's apparently the best, second greatest golfer of all time. Lee Westwood, I said him. But Paul Casey's 19th. So it's 25th out of 32. And maybe with Paul Casey, there's a bit of this, maybe I'll just save Paul Casey for Valspar type take out there. I don't know. But that didn't really work out with Jordan Spieth at the Masters, did it? Nah, didn't. So I like Paul Casey a lot this week. I really do. We'll see what happens. It's really hard to win 3 in a row. It's hard to win 1. It's incredible that I got 2. I said Hideki wasn't going to win, but I said he could finish second or third with the best of them. It's hard for me to take credit for winning that, but I did hit the outright. So if it counts, it counts. So maybe it doesn't count. So maybe I'm not going for 3 in a row. I did say it was going to be Justin Thomas or Colin Morikawa. How many chances do you get? You're just going to name 8 guys, and if you hit one, then you pick the winner? I don't believe in that. Hideki wasn't really my pick. I just happened to have a bet on him. But whatever. It's a devastating loss. All right, I'm done. Jesus Christ. I didn't even talk about Xander yet. We're an hour, 8 minutes in. All right, so that's my team. I gave you everything I got. All right? Anybody, I got to take this off. All right, we'll do a little Q&A, and then I'll talk about Xander, and we'll get out of here. Retweet the show when you got a chance. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and good luck this week. All right, anybody want to say anything? Nobody's saying anything. Oh, God. So freaking hot. I'm waiting. Thoughts on Poulter? Listen, Poulter's solid. I don't know his ownership. It's not aggressive. Poulter's coming in at, where is he? Hold on. I got him. What's Poulter's price? 76. I got him. He's coming in 10% owned. Listen, I've been burned a couple of times with Coulter. Thoughts on Poulter? Nice black, maroon, and blue shirt. Kind of ironic. What does that mean? You're not taking shots at the Mars, are you? No. Good job, Steve. I don't have any thoughts on KJ Choi, Rick. Don't waste my time. You didn't talk me out of Westwood. This week? Do you want me to? Rob Bolton faded Lee Westwood, and that's good enough for me. I thought about Westy. I thought about tweeting Westy yesterday and asking him if he was going to have Helen on the bag. That would change my mind, but I don't think he is. I I don't think he's in good form. Joel Damon, WD, Jake, pay attention. Who gave Tommy the kiss of death? Pat Mayo's friend. Love them both. Thoughts on CT and Glover? I think I glove you. Let's have a big Lucas Glover guy. Had him at Texas, finished fourth. One of the many ball striking bastards that are here. Listen, hopping back on the well after they played well for me has not worked out for me well this year. Like, I kind of got what I needed out of Lucas Glover. I don't think he's going to do it again. I have no thoughts on CT Pan. I know you love that guy. That's why I'm here. Well, Jake, you got to pay a little bit of attention. Are the guys that got top 15 or so at the Masters knackered? No. I'm not using the Masters as a reason to fade anybody. If anything, maybe Zalatoris. But like I said, Zalatoris wasn't really in the thick of it, the heat of the battle. That's where I think a letdown comes in. Like I saw with Xander 2 years ago. It's like, it's hard to repeat that or keep that going. What are X odds team at Zurich? Is it a no cut? Actually, okay. One, I don't know if you're fucking with me or not. Asking if it's a no cut event. I think there is a cut. I don't know. Look, because they have like 70 teams. I think there is a cut. They can't have 70. Yeah. I think there's a cut. I don't know what the odds are. I don't even know if I'm doing a show next week, actually, now that I think of it. You gotta to pay to whine about Xander. Steve, let it go, man. Nobody fucking cares. He's playing with Cantlay. Steve, you can't join the listener league. Next year, maybe. Not this year. I don't have the capacity to try to explain it to you. You don't play on DraftKings. I can't with you. Like, trying to get my dad involved. I can't do it. Find somebody else, and maybe they can get you started. Oh, God. Fucking headache. Freaking amateur hour. All right, anybody else got anything? Does anybody want me to talk about the Masters? Yeah, Trevor, I thought that was you know what? I should put these questions up here. I could just hit that, right? Yeah, Trevor, I thought that that price was kind of odd. It doesn't make sense. I agree with that. I found out yesterday that this is a touchscreen. If you watched the show, I was complaining about my mouse and I needed a mouse and I didn't know how to use it. Turns out I could just fucking touch it. Never knew. 3 months I've had it. Join Wade, who are your picks this week if you don't mind me asking? I do mind you asking, actually. Eddie B, 92609. I have no idea who you are. You're old. This is why I don't like you. You asked. Any thoughts on the Wayne Player incident? No, I can't tell you how much I don't care about that. The TMZ guy. What's up, Hoops? Hi, Hoops. Am I a fan of course history? Yes, I am. I use it, of course. You like me. I don't. I unfollowed you on Twitter. I don't like you. You're on the naughty list. Not that it means anything. Not that I'm wielding some type of special power. Ooh, Nagel unfollowed you. I'm not going to deal with your shit. All right, I don't need to, just whatever. No, that's how it works. I have it in my bookmarks. Let me, this guy wants to know why I unfollowed him or why I'm mad at him. And I'll tell you why. Because on Sunday, instead of being supportive and being a friend, he thought it would be hilarious to tweet at me to say, nice triple on 16, shaking my head. Well, you know what, Draft for Show? Go screw. I saw it. I saw what happened. That was not nice. And I did not appreciate that. It was not a nice triple, and that was not a nice tweet. And if you want to be part of the show and you want to be like one of the guys, you can't be that asshole. You're that asshole. Coach, thumbs down, can't capitalize. You know what, Coach? Screw you. You're supposed to be my friend. I'm apoplectic over here. I'm ready to freaking hang myself knowing that I have to deal with all this shit, and you guys just pouring gasoline on the fire because you think it's fucking hilarious. Meanwhile, I'm dying. So no, I don't appreciate it. And it'd be one thing if I didn't tell you how badly these things affect me. And I'm not soft, and it's not like I can't handle it. I can handle it. I'm a big boy. I just don't need it. I just don't need it. It's not hilarious. You're not making me laugh. You're not making me feel better. I got one tweet from one guy that said, oh, I'm sorry, man. I hope you're okay. You know what? That I appreciate. That I appreciate. I don't appreciate just, like, I don't know if I'm making myself clear. Just leave me alone. It's not that hard. I come on here and I try to do a good show, and maybe some of you find it entertaining and you find it valuable in some place, or you think I make you laugh. I have no idea. I have no idea why anybody watches the show. But I give that to you, whether you like it or not. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch, fine. But if you want to participate and you want to be part of it and you like watching the show, then why would you piss me off? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, I know Jeff Feinberg's a big Chargers fan. All right? He's had some devastating losses over the years. He loves Phillip Rivers. People say mean things about Phillip Rivers. I would never DM Jeff Feinberg and say, oh, that sucks about the Chargers, huh? He knows. He knows. And he's upset, and he doesn't want to hear it. And then I get to act like, oh, me and Jeff Feinberg are friends. Well, we're not going to be friends if I do shit like that, because I'm not an asshole. You're just being an asshole. It's not me being soft. Oh, I can't take it. I can take it. People bust my balls all the time. There are certain things you shouldn't bust my balls about. And you know the things you shouldn't bust my balls about, and you do it anyway. Now, know what that makes you? It makes you an asshole. And I don't have to deal with it. In a way, I'm not really referencing anybody specifically. But I'm like hyper aware of, and maybe there are things that I just take the wrong way because I'm a psychopath. That's possible. But the argument or the discussion is not even worth it. So I just try to ignore it. But I don't think it's hilarious. It is not endearing to me. It doesn't make me like you. It makes me not like you. And if you don't care, that's fine. I don't have to like you. You don't have to like me. We don't have to associate with each other. It's fine. But if you want that for whatever reason, because you're a human being and you like the interaction with other human beings that like golf just like you, then why would you just be an out-and-out asshole? I love Xander Schauffele. I love him. He is my favorite. I love everything about him. I love his dad. I love his caddy. I love his coach. I love his girlfriend. I love his caddy's wife. I love his dog. I am all in. I love him. All right. He's brought me so many moments of awesomeness, and I am just waiting and waiting and waiting for that ultimate moment where I can fucking dunk on all of you for being a dick. And it's going to happen, I think. All right. For many years, I had thoughts about Eli Manning. Like, oh my God, like you could see it, but then it's gone, and then he sucks, and then he beats Tom Brady. So I'm starting to see some like parallels there where it's like, can he get over the edge? Can he get over the top? Can he compete with all the quote big names? Does he belong on that level? And it's golf. It's not the NFL. It's different. But God damn it, it's there. And then when he does break through and wins a major, hopefully soon, then it will not be there's still going to be talk of him like, oh, well, maybe he doesn't belong on this level. Gary Woodland won a major. And Hideki Matsuyama won a major. And who else won? Shane Lowry won a major. You know, okay, good for him. So then I'll have to win too. Whatever. Eli won a Super Bowl. Then he had to go win another Super Bowl to validate that. And even that wasn't good enough. I could see that. Like, I already see that 5 years into the future. Again, I'm a psychopath. I have so many thoughts. It was very disappointing. I'm going to talk about this real fast. It's really late. Let me get this out of here. Let me just say this. I got a smudge. I was kind of arguing with my brother about this. I don't think the story of the Masters is Xander blew the Masters. I don't believe that. Now, am I biased? If X finds the green on 16 has a shot, complete miss hit. I had a ticket on X2, full disclosure. The miss is long, though. I'm wondering how he can miss. No one cares about the time. Tompkins, I understand that. I don't know if you're talking to me or answering somebody else. That's my brother. I was kind of arguing with my brother about this. Not arguing. I got a little heated via text. Well, fuck you action. He's calling me Skip Bayless. Like, there's got a little. We're both a little sensitive. So anyway, love you, buddy. The point is that I don't think the story of the Masters is Xander blew it. It's not like Norman or who can't even think of anybody else right now. Who else blew the Masters? Greg Norman comes to mind. It's not, I don't think that's the story. I mean, he was down 4 to start the day. I knew he had to shoot like a 67, maybe 68 for maybe get into a playoff. You think it's easy. It's not easy. But holes 3, 4, and 5 hurt me a lot more than 16 did. Now, my brother thinks I'm being naive. I mean, he was down 2, going to 16, hitting first. Yeah, fine. He hit a bad shot. The wind caught it. He only missed by a little bit. Whatever happened. I just don't think that's the main story. The way I look at it, and my brother kind of alluded to this, you think about big comebacks in sports. You know, it's hard. You exude a lot of energy just to get back into it. It's hard to get over the top and then actually win. My brother referenced the 28-3 Falcons game. If Brady brought him back, but then threw a late pick and blew it, would I say Brady's a choke artist? And he hypothetically asked me that, and I answered no. And before he finished the question, you would say, yeah, he blew it. But no, I wouldn't say he blew it, because I think that in comebacks in sports, like mega comebacks, like being down 7 shots on the 12th hole, that is a mega comeback. It's hard to get all the way back and then and keep it going. And I try to look at this through the eyes of, well, what if it was John Rahm? All right, somebody who I can't stand. And he was 7 shots back, and he's made 4 birdies in a row, and then cut it to 2. and then got to the 16th and then put it in the drink. Would I laugh my ass off? Yes. I would thank my lucky stars that happened. But would I say that Rahm blew the Masters? No. I wouldn't say that he blew the Masters. I would say, that's a big ask. That is a big ask. But the problem is he should have never been down 7 to begin with. That was so frustrating. It was a terrible chip and a terrible par save putt on 4 and bad luck on 5. And yeah, he battled back, and yeah, fine. That's great. And Xander said that he'll be able to sleep at night. Well, great. Well, I haven't fucking slept in 3 days because I don't know how many more of these I could take. And it wasn't as bad as Phoenix, because Phoenix, he had the lead and he blew Phoenix. Like clear as day, can't defend it, just disgusting choke job in Phoenix. But this is a major. This is like a big deal. This is the Masters. This is on the grand stage. So I just don't want the narratives to be wrong. I don't think it's insane to say, well, Xander didn't choke. Well, I mean, whatever happened on 16 happened. But even if he, made birdie on 16, still no guarantee that he was going to win that. And Hideki shot 73. It was basically a 72 because the bogey on the last hole didn't matter. He's playing for bogey. Hideki's playing the entire back 9 differently if he's up a shot or up 2 shots. He's up 4. He's fucking coasting. He's playing not to make major mistakes. So it's hard to say that cutting it to 2 was a real cutting it to 2. Do you understand what I'm saying? And Xander missed an easy eagle putt on 13. There's shots that are frustrating, but he made a miracle eagle putt the day before. And Hideki played great on Saturday. And there was nothing anybody could do about it. And he was up 4 shots. If Hideki blew that lead, that's the story. Not Xander finally won the Masters. It's Hideki blows the Masters with the weight of the country of Japan on his shoulders. That's the story. So there's a million different ways that you could go about it. But one way you don't have to go about it is like, oh, triple bogey on 16, shaking my head. Fuck you. All the tweets are bookmarked. Everything's in the can, ready to go. I can't wait to dunk on all of you. I love Xander Schauffele. It's like it's like having a cousin that plays on the PGA Tour. I'm rooting for him. It doesn't matter if I have money on him. He's not a robot player that I have in my DraftKings lineup. I can play him or not play. It's not like that. I look at this in a different light than you may look at the players that you have on your DraftKings team or who you bet on. It's personal to me. It's personal. And maybe you don't understand that, and maybe you want to mock me for it. That's fine. I can handle it. I say I can handle it, and then I do 20 minutes fighting and yelling and screaming about how I can't handle it. I get that. That's not lost on me. I can handle it. It's not, I'm not like when I'm talking to my brother, I'm saying, oh, people on Twitter are mean to me. That's not what's going on here. But if you're going to talk shit to me about my cousin, let's call him my cousin. If you're going to talk shit to me about my cousin and then ask, well, why are you pissed at me? Well, that's fucking on you. That's not on me. That's not me being sensitive. That's me not tolerating you talking about my family. How about that? Does that make more sense to you? Okay. It kind of annoyed me. One last thing, and then I really have to go. It kind of annoyed me, the whole Jon Rahm thing. My brother texted me Friday night. He wanted to bet Jon Rahm 50-1. who at the time was 7 shots back. And, he has JT PSD, what's it? PTSD about JT at the players. And we had the same argument. Said, dude, it's not going to happen. You're wasting your money. And my brother's like, well, I like John Rahm. Fucking turncoat. I think that's where this all started. There's a little hostility between me and my brother, between Rahm and Xander the last couple of days. Now, he's about to have a baby. Things are running hot. So, because if he wins this John Rahm bet at 50-1, and he's ecstatic, and I'm dead. I'm dead. Like, I'm dead. And so he's like rooting against me. So there's that whole aspect of it. Not to mention the fact it was a complete and utter waste of money. I said the lead's probably going to be like 10, 11 under. He's even. It's not going to happen. And then when he makes his bullshit run on Sunday, after rounds of doing nothing for 3 days, it's like, oh, John Rahm, an impressive T5 with a 66 or 60. What did he shoot? 66? Like, that's not the story. The story was he was a favorite coming in, and he did nothing. And then all of a sudden, he's 11 shots back, and he freewheels in, and he shoots a 66. And now he's a hero? What fucking Twilight Zone am I living in? I don't understand that. That is not impressive to me. And next year, oh, John Rahm, 4 straight top 10s at the Masters. They don't count. He hasn't been relevant in any of them. The only time he was relevant, he put the ball in the drink and fell back. And you guys all think he's like the greatest golfer in the world. He's done nothing. And you all shit on Xander, who's there like more often than not. He's at least in the thick of it. Just more relevant. Not relevant all the time. Don't get me wrong. Xander has some bullshit top 10s and top 5s. I'm well aware. We're not taking credit for any of those. But he was in the mix. He was in the final group on Sunday. When was the last time John Rahm was in a final group at a major? On a weekend. And I'm just like the Xander and Rahm comparisons and all the bullshit that I have to deal with. I don't want to deal with it. I just want to root for my guy to win. And there's a lot of good players out there, and golf is hard, and it's hard to win. And things have to break right. And maybe Xander's Eli. And that's good enough for me. If Xander wins 2 Masters and people say he's overrated and he sucks and doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame and his record and all these other events are shit and whatever, I don't care. I'll just post the trophies because that's all that matters. And if DJ and Rahm or JT or they're Tom Brady and Xander takes him down, good on Xander. I'm waiting for that. I don't know. So I had a lot of thoughts with the holes 3, 4, and 5 being 4 shots down just to begin the day and just asking for that and then getting down 7 and then getting back in it and then getting the 16 and the whole overall. And meanwhile, I'm sitting on a fucking Hideki ticket, which is a great pick. And you'd think I'd be happy about that. You'd think I'd be happy about it. No, I'm getting eyeball tweets and I'm getting, 3-putt, you suck tweets. And I'm getting it all. I'm getting text messages and DMs and tweets and everything else. One guy says, hey, man, that sucks. I hope you're doing okay. One person. And thank you for that. All right, I'm really going to go now. Thanks for letting me get all that out. It's really been a struggle the last couple of days. I don't know if I made myself clear. I hope I have. You guys want to issue apologies to me? I'll accept them. Maybe. We'll review the tapes. All right. The guys in England really need to go to bed. We got an early lock tomorrow, 7 a.m. Harry Higgs, first group. All right. So good luck this week. Thank you very much. And Who you calling a hypocrite? Both? Oh, sorry, Matty Cox. I had a lot to say. Barry, who you calling a hypocrite? Stop hating on Ron Malone. Screw you, Barry. I don't think anyone is really mocking you. Trevor Hill, don't be. You have no idea what people are saying to me. You have no idea. The tweets and the DMs and everything that I'm getting. You have no idea. So don't act like you know. Rom is considered a top 5 player in the world, and he hasn't done anything. He hasn't sniffed contention in a major. And people think he is like a super elite top 5 player. And it's ridiculous. I am not going to stop hating on him until he does something that he deserves. And it's been brought to my attention that he alluded to that in his post-round interview. But I'm hating on him. Do something. Everybody shits on Xander for not getting it done. Why don't we shit on John Rahm for not getting it done? So screw you, Barry. All right, I'm going to go. Will you pick Rahm and DK at a major? Depends. It depends. Was it going to be this week at the Masters? He was like the second highest owned guy. Everybody was picking Rahm. But it gets to the point where nobody's picking him, then maybe. It's a legit maybe. But this could be 3 years from now. We're not talking this year. We'll see how it plays out. If the narrative starts to switch to the right narrative, which is mine, that probably a little overrated based on his results, when people start to recognize that, since we're now in year 5 of this magical phenom who's the best player in golf, and we're going to compare him to Tiger Woods, that happened. If that's going to be the people start to realize that was probably a little premature, and hey, you know what? He hasn't really done anything. Why are we always putting Rahm up in this category? When that starts to happen, maybe. They're like, yeah, well, I've been fucking telling you this for 3 years, and nobody wants to listen. I'm the asshole, and everyone's going to get on Xander because I'm a Xander fan, but nobody's saying Xander's the best player in the world. Nobody, not even me. Because that would make me a hypocrite. Barry. All right. I really got to go. Rahm was roll number 1, though. I can't deal with this. The world rankings are like they're not opinion-based, but it doesn't matter. You could top 10 every tournament. That doesn't mean anything. Do you understand? It doesn't mean anything. Golf is important 4 weeks out of the year. Everybody knows that. I can't have this conversation again. I've had it for 3 years. All right, he's overrated. Let me know when I'm wrong. All right? All right. Number 1, he's the best. All right, thanks, Trevor Hill. I appreciate it. I found Ruvy's burner account. All right. All right, guys, I'm leaving. An hour and 40 minutes, the longest show ever. That's what happens when Xander loses the Masters. All right, thank you very much. I can use my finger. I don't need the mouse. Have a good night. Good luck this week. And I don't know if I'm doing a show next week. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. All right. I'll talk to you later. Have a good night and goodbye. Bye.